Hey everyone, it's the Chaplain here coming to you with some information about the BBR STL tournament that is happening in just 5 short weeks. That is right, we are only 5 weeks away. In fact, in 5 weeks from today, at this point in time, people could still be throwing dice for the fate of the world. So I wanted to show up and give you some information about what this tournament is going to be. I wanted to fill you in with some of the information that you need to know about what to expect when you get there. I want to go over some tournament etiquette. So this won't all be in this video. That would be way too long and nobody would watch it. So instead, what I've chosen to do is to make a series of videos. So this video will be about what each day will look like. I'm going to have a video on tournament etiquette. I'm going to have a video about the week of the event, showing off some of the prizes and what's going to be on the prize table. I'm going to explain to you how the clocks will work in another video. I'm going to explain to you how the points will work in another video, and what happens in case there is a tie for points at the end of day 2. And I'm also going to share what you actually need to bring. Now, if over the course of these videos you don't have an answer to a question that you might have about this tournament, I need you to comment, or send me an email, thechaplainmo@gmail.com. And I will do my best to get back to you and let you know what the answer is, because I want you to be prepared. I want you to be ready for this. I want you to be excited for this. I know that I am. I have been spending all day today painting the rest of my Japanese units. We're not going to get around to dipping all my pieces this time around. I just don't have the time or the energy. And this new job that I have working on an assembly line, like this hurts. Like, this is painful, all right? Holding air tools all day, hauling around 60-pound lids before they get foam in them, etc., etc. Building coolers is tough. I don't know how. I feel like a weenie saying that, but anyway, it's tough work. So the goal of this video is to just kick it off, to let you know what each day is going to look like, and to let you know what you need to bring. So the tournament starts on Saturday, the 19th. On Saturday, all of the clocks on the tables will start by 9 a.m. Germany's on the clock. So make sure that you show up early. 8:30 should be good to get your pieces set up and your table ready. During this setup time, there's also a couple other things that you can do, which I'll explain in the tournament etiquette video. But make sure that on Saturday you are there and your pieces are set up and your clock is starting at 9 a.m. If I'm not there to physically start your clock, somebody at your table is responsible for starting your clock at 9 a.m. Now, this is going to be the only time we start at 9 a.m. If you had to travel the night before, I'm sorry. If you got in late that morning, I'm sorry. But each team will only have 6 hours on their clock, which means if we start at 9, the latest we could end is 9. Now, if you get there and you're set up and your opponents are set up and everyone's ready to go and it's 8:30 or it's 8:45 or it's 8:50, like, I don't care. If you want to start before 9, totally up to you. That is okay with me. If everyone at your table is okay with it, do it. Otherwise, 9 a.m. On Sunday, all of the game clocks will start at 8:30. I know that it seems stupid and irrational, but there's actually a really good reason for this. And that's because at the end of day 2, which now will start at the very latest, we'll end at the very latest by 8:30 p.m., we'll have time to do our prizes. At the end of day 2, we're doing prizes. So you want a little bit more time. Now, at other events, they have ended before their time ran out. So they went out to dinner, or they went to a bar and got drinks, so they went and hung out, or they went and swam in the pool, or whatever you want to do. I don't care. But at the end of day 2, we are going to do prizes. So on Sunday, all the clocks start at 8:30. Same deal as before. Be there early to set up. 8 o'clock should be fine. Also on this day, I'm going to have to miss a chunk of this time because I'm a pastor. That's my main, job, if you will. And I have been tasked with leading the service that day. Our pastor's out of town. And so previously I was actually on the hook to preach that day, but now I just have to be there to help kind of lead the service. So I will be gone for just a small portion of the day, probably like 9:30. I'll leave you guys, and then I should be back before lunch. And like I said, also on this day at the very end, we're going to do the prize drawings. On Monday, this is the medal round day. This is when the gold and silver table is playing. This is when the bronze and iron table is playing. If you are not in a metal game, that is completely okay. Please stick around and play a game. Play BBR, play Grasshopper's Rules, play 1914, play whatever you want. Some guys are bringing Stratego, just in case they have some time and they're not on a metal game. Perfectly acceptable. Lunch is still provided for you on Monday, so make sure that you're there, at least for that, and hang out and cheer people on, man. At the very least, if you didn't make it to the medal rounds, you should stick around and watch how these teams play, because the teams that are going to be on these medal round tables are going to be the best of this event. They're playing for first, second, and third place, and there are prizes beyond the prize table. If you haven't heard me mention it before, there's actually prize money on the line for this event. Someone was generous enough. They wanted to generate some more steam. They wanted to incentivize people a little bit more to come out and play, and so they have provided prize money. I will go over that in more detail on the prize video in a few weeks. The last thing that I want to share is that snacks and drinks will be available all day on all 3 of these days. Lunch is going to arrive around lunchtime each day. I'm aiming for 12:30. You're on your own for breakfast and for dinner. If you're staying at the Elmwood Hotel where we're having our event, I would highly encourage you to stay at the Elmwood. On the weekends, they have hot breakfast, hot eggs. I don't know if they're powdered or real, but they're egg-like. They have a pancake machine maker that I've seen. It looks like a conveyor belt going through a pizza oven. It's pretty cool looking. So on the weekends, they have hot breakfast, all right? And I'm sure there's other things as well. And then on Monday morning, they have that prepackaged, like grab a muffin, grab a whatever, or a little tub of cereal or whatever. So staying at the hotel is going to be huge as far as breakfast is concerned. There is a diner attached. I think it's called Dino's Diner or Dino's Diner, D-I-N-O. I don't know. Depending on what area you're from, you could say Dino or Dino. But there's a diner attached to the hotel. But you are literally less than a mile from downtown St. Charles, which has beautiful cobblestone and wonderful eateries and dives and bars, whatever. There's Denny's nearby. There's McDonald's nearby. You can, whatever. You guys know how to eat. You know how to eat. Don't worry about it. So anyway, that's what each day is going to look like. In the last part of this video, I'm going to share what you actually need to bring. So I have everything you need to play this game. It will be provided for you on the table. If something isn't quite to your liking, find a different table. Their stuff might be different than yours. I have items representing our community and its contributors like HBG, Historical Board Gaming, Combat Miniatures. I have individuals that 3D print that I have purchased things from or have had things donated. You're going to see all kinds of different major factories, all kinds of different minor factories, air bases, naval bases. There's going to be some little acrylics. There's going to be 3D printed. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. So the oil barrels, right? The resources, they're all going to be different. There might be oil derricks, or there might be, I can't remember. I don't think I have an oil chip, like a chip to represent. I think it's barrels or derricks. But the resources, there's resources from Combat Miniatures. There's resources, those heavy iron little ingot looking things from Combat Miniatures. So there's all kinds of stuff. So each table will also have 20 of each color of Grasshopper's battle dice. That'll be black and green and blue and red. You will have 20 of those dice. There will be dice trays. There will be setup charts. There will be a printed rule book at every table. There will be, gosh dang, what else do I have? Battle boards, if I didn't say that. Dice trays, custom dice trays for this event. Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We also have a gift that each person that arrives is going to receive. So that's going to be, I'm not going to tell you what it is now. It's not a prize, but you don't need to. What I'm trying to say is you don't need to bring anything except yourself and your A game. If you choose to bring something, make sure that it's clearly labeled. Oh, every table, everyone's going to ask about this. Every table is also going to have a card deck. Now, this deck is technically inaccurate. Only for the Commonwealth national objectives, which I will have printed in every game binder. So there are going to be 4 decks like this from makeplayingcards.com. And then there's going to be 4 decks that I have printed on my own and laminated that are quite a bit bigger. You know, if your eyes are aging and maybe you require readers, you can use these cards and it will help. So every table will have a deck of cards. Every table will have all the pieces and all of the roundels and all of the damage markers and all of the convoy markers and all of the kamikaze markers. And if you can think of it and it needs to be on your table, all of the chips that you would ever need. You're gonna have 100 gray, 30 green, and 20 red chips. You're gonna have it all. You're not gonna need to bring anything. And if that wasn't enough, there is going to be another table where I'm bringing everything else that I have. All my extra stuff, all my extra pieces, all my extra chips, all my extra this, that, it's gonna be there. And if for some reason, let's say you're playing Japan, in an effort to cut down the time it takes to find a piece that you need, I have kind of pared down. Japan doesn't need 17 aircraft carriers. Whatever comes in the out of box, it's too many. You have 5. If you need more than that, before your turn, holler at me and be like, Rob, I need a Japanese aircraft carrier, and I will run to my box and I will get it and I will run back. Now I can't guarantee that I'll be running the whole time, all day, every day, but I will be swift. I'll make sure that you have what you need before you actually need it. And if you feel like walking over there yourself, walk over there and get it. So you have everything you need to play the game. Everything you need. I would say please don't bring your own stuff. That way it doesn't get lost. It won't get damaged. It won't get mixed in. It won't just... Don't bring your own stuff. If you do, make sure that it's labeled. If you have a card deck and you and your teammate want to use it and let the other guys have the other deck, like, that's fine. Just, again, make sure that you keep track of your stuff. I don't want anything to go missing, and if something does go missing, it should be my stuff, not yours. Please don't bring your own stuff. I think that's it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to have other videos. They should be coming up. I haven't filmed them yet because I have 5 weeks. But we are going to go over how the points work on each table, because that's how you make it to the medal rounds. I'm going to go over what happens at the end of day 2 if there's a tie. So let's say first place has 40 points, second place has 39 points, and then there's a tie for third place with 35 points. Well, how do we determine? There's 3 people with 35 points, a tie for third place, but how do we determine that? So I'll go over the tiebreakers. I'm going to explain to you how the clocks are going to work for this event. It's going to be almost identical to how it worked before, but everyone needs a refresher. Because when you're playing a game on YouTube or you're playing with friends at your house, you don't use a clock. There are clocks. I'm going to go over the very last video that I do is going to be the prizes and what's going to be on the prize table. And friends, I have to tell you, I am so excited about this year's prizes. They are above and beyond what I was able to bring in last year. What I brought in last year was awesome. You guys were digging it. And those people that sent prizes have sent those types of prizes yet again. But now there's more, and there's better, and there's so many prizes. So that's another video. And then tournament etiquette. That'll probably be my next video. It'll probably be the second lengthiest video, hopefully behind the prize video. But tournament etiquette. So those are upcoming videos. And again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up in the WhatsApp chat. Send me an email to chaplainmo@gmail.com. Remember, that's Chaplain with an A, L-A-I-N, not like Charlie Chaplin, just L-I-N. That's not me. I'm a Chaplain, okay, P-L-A-I-N, got it. Or you can just leave a comment. So there you go. Here's video 1 of BBR St. Louis 2 coming up in just 5 weeks. 5 freaking weeks, man, oh man, am I if I was a florist, I tell this joke all the time. I'm so excited. If I was a florist, I'd wet my plants. I just am ready. I'm ready for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. So again, questions, comments, concerns, you know how to reach me. Other than that, I'm the chaplain. I'll be praying for you.